Hello, this is Dr. Paulette Jones Olasaji. Sorry, my sous chef is gone again today, so I'm trying to do this by myself. I have to be the cameraman, I have to be a cook, I have to be the sous chef. So I'm asking you to bear with me on today. I pray that you have had an awesome day. Today is Friday, cooking with the apostle. And what I'm doing today is going to take just a little bit of time. So I took some stuff out. I want you to know what we're doing. So today, the first thing we're going to do is uh, orange and cherry cobbler. And I like to do the easy cobblers, okay? So I want to make sure, and I'm going to adjust this just a little bit more because I want you to be able to see. So I have to step out of the frame for just a second. I hope it's okay. And let's get started. So if you missed something, let me know. Text me and I'll send it to you, okay? So with the cherry cobbler, I had frozen cherries. Um, and in this, we have, you can make your own biscuits, but you see what I have. So I've already got the biscuit that came from the freezer section of the grocery store. And you're going to use 1/2 cup of unsalted butter. What you want to do with the butter is put it in a saucepan and let it turn brown. So this is our brown butter. I did that earlier. 1/2 cup of orange juice. And you may need a little bit more than a half because that's what I felt I needed. So I added maybe about 3/4 of a cup of orange juice. A 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and then 2 pounds of dark cherries that's already pitted. You can get the frozen ones or you can get the fresh one. I have the frozen ones. And a teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to thicken it, 1 teaspoon of orange zest. And I've already added all of this, and then you need your biscuits. So what I'm going to do now is I've already added all of that to the bowl because I was trying to hurry. We have about 3 things we want to do. And I'm going to add all of this to a baking dish because I already stirred the sugar, all of that together. And now we're going to put it in a baking dish. And all you smell is orange, orange. So I know this should be good. All right. I had another pan just in case this was too much. So I wanted to have some space at the top. I'm hoping our biscuit that I'm going to put on the top of this do not jump out of this pan. All right. And that's probably about a quart size. And then we're just going to put the biscuits on top. I preheated the oven to 375. Just like that. The biscuits will spread out. So I like that easy cooking thing. So those of you, I think I made biscuits before with the biscuits and gravy from scratch, but I really didn't feel like making biscuits from scratch today. So we're going to do it this way. Isn't that pretty? I know Pastor Cheryl's going to say, you don't expect me to do that now, do you? Yes, I do. Got to make the husband and the children happy. Need some room around the edges so they bubble a little bit. Just because I have these, because this was the 8-pack, I was going to get the small ones, but my sous chef went to the store and she got the large ones. And I want to cover this with a little bit of the brown butter, the biscuits with a little bit of the brown butter. And you can put this in the freezer and let it get hard and become solid butter again because it will. I just want it to be pretty. And then some people put sugar on top, but I think this cherry is going to be sweet enough. And plus we had sugar that we added to it. So I don't want it to be too sweet. All right. So we're not going to put the sugar on top, remember. So we're going to put this in 375 until the biscuits get brown. And that'll probably take a while. So just go ahead and do that. All right. So that will be our peach cobbler. And I'm still on the theme of the 4th of July, so that will be partially a dessert. Let's clean this off because I want to put just a little bit of flour on the counter because I called, you know how you all do the pigs in the blanket? Well, I didn't want to do the pig in the blanket, but I did want to do a sausage, and you could do it just like the pigs in the blanket. So I've got some boiling water, so I'm going to move it on this side of the stove so you'll see what I'm doing. Some boiling water, turn that back on, and it was already on the back burner boiling. And what I have on this side are the sausages. Now I wanted to make sure the sausage was cooked through, so I had it pre-cooking, and you don't have to do that, but you know that's raw meat. And I didn't want it to brown and then the inside of the sausage not be cooked. All right, so what we're going to do now is roll out another pastry that came already done. See? I had to hit it and open it because you know sometimes you ever tried to open these biscuits and sometimes they won't open for you. I didn't want you to see me fighting with that biscuit and my sous chef wasn't here to help me. So I just want to roll this out a little bit. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour on the counter. Okay, I called it the resting dog because it's going to be in a blanket. All right, these are the biscuits now, but these are the mini biscuits, but I want to roll them out like a dough. We only did 4 because I don't have anybody to eat these, so I didn't want to have a whole lot of them. Okay, so I've got the rolling pin right here, and we're going to roll this out just a little bit, not a lot, and cut them into strips. So I call it a resting dog because I didn't want you to confuse it with a pig in the blanket. But you can use hot dogs if you wanted to. I wanted to use the sausage because I very seldom buy hot dogs. I don't have any kids in the house. So you want to make sure that you're going to use up the stuff that you have so you won't have to worry about having a whole lot of leftovers. These are the sausages that I pre-boiled. Okay, and I only did 4 of them. And let's cut the strips. And then what you're going to do is take the strip and wrap it around, try to pinch the end around the sausage. See why it's resting? It's resting in its blanket. You just wrap it around. That one didn't go all the way to the end, so let me just get another piece of it. It's probably going to end up being too thick, but it's okay. It's for us. We don't have no guests coming over today. See? Okay. Now let's get another piece. Just one more little piece. The other one is very long, so I'm going to have to stretch it a little bit more. And you can still use your mustard and ketchup, whatever, as a dipping sauce. Because this will be like your bun, your hot dog bun. All right? And it may pop a loose, but if it does, again, remember it's for who? You. You can do whatever you want to do in your own house, in your kitchen, for your family. And if your family laugh at you because they say, oh, this was not an epic, this is a fail. So while they're talking about your food, guess what they're doing? Eating it. I know. I know how they do. My mama said, you just stay in that house and make up all this stuff. Nobody never heard about. I said, but it ends up being good, and then they eat it. Got one more piece, so why don't we just use it just because we have it? This is our resting dog. Why is he resting? Because he is in his blanket. How about that? Okay, this is our boiling water. And I am going to hope and pray that this stays together. Otherwise, it's just going to be a big flop. Then I want to put it in the oven. So before I put it in the oven, I'm going to put some baking soda in the water, which may fizz out the pot. So be prepared. And if it fizzes out the pot, don't get scared. Just smile and say, what is she doing? And this really will cause it to rise. See, it almost came out the pot. You didn't see it. Whew. All right. It did make a big fizz. Then we're going to put this back in the water. And what the baking soda is going to do is cause the dough to puff up. And again, if it comes off, so be it. All right. And let it just go for a few minutes just to puff up the dough. It's already puffing up. And then we're going to take it out, put it on the baking sheet, and put it in the oven. Isn't that nice? So while that's puffing up, let's do this. Let's take the flour off because there's something else that I want to do. I really fussed at my sous chef when she's here, but I miss her because I have a lot to do when she's not here. So you have to have a salad. And I make a salad for every week. I try to, so that you will have something to offer people when they come to your house. This is our brown butter, so we'll be able to use that for something else. I'm going to have to wash my hands to make the salad, so let me take this out. So once I make it, put it in the oven, I won't have to come back and get my hands dirty again. Okay, so we don't need the flour anymore. Move this out of the way. Then we're going to take these out and put them in the oven. See how fat it got? Okay, that's the dough. That was the purpose of putting the baking soda in there, so it will cause it to rise. Remember, we only did 4. This one unraveled a little bit, but it's okay. I'm going to take that extra piece and put it on there, because that might be my snack. Okay, so the little dogs have rested. They've had their water bath and the baking soda. And now we're going to put it in the oven until they turn brown. We want them to be a little crispy. Biscuits are turning brown, looking really nice. So now we're going to put these in there so that they'll be done. And hopefully by the time we get through with the salad, that stuff will be ready. All right. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is a ham salad. Now, I know certain people, Renee probably can't eat this because I told her I didn't want her eating ham because she had high blood pressure. So this recipe is probably for the people who don't have high blood pressure. These are just thin sliced ham, and I put them on here just because it'll make it easier for me to cut. I'm going to use celery, and I've already washed these. We got some onions. And since we had some quality time, I was just going to just cut them because usually I have everything already pre-cut. You can decide. I always have to have cayenne pepper, but I'm going to cut those first. And then I'll make a decision about how much cayenne pepper I put in this. I also like garlic. And many of you probably don't like garlic. But I love it in everything. And I'm not going to eat much of this salad. I just want to taste it. And one of the options, this are 2 ribs of celery. I've already washed them. And you might want yours cut really, really tiny so that they'll be pretty. You can serve these on crackers, or you can serve them on salad leaves, endive leaves. Some people put dill in it. I didn't put any dill in this one because everybody just don't like dill. I want to make something that most people will eat if they come to your house for the 4th of July. Right? I'm trying to help you out a little bit. I like my vegetables cut up large. Again, that's just me. Certain things I like, and that's one of the things I like other than garlic and onions. I love garlic. I may even put some garlic in this, and you're probably saying, please don't, please don't. I love garlic. Then some onions. This is a half of an onion. I think what I'm going to use is a 1/4 of it. Because again, a lot of people don't like onions. Just because I like them and Samantha likes them, that doesn't mean we have to make everybody else like them as well. Okay? So we're going to cut up the onions. And then we're going to chop up the ham into pieces. Okay, that's our vegetables. I also have boiled eggs. So I only boiled 3 eggs. These are just small, thinly sliced ham. But I want to chop them even smaller. So we're going to take the knife and just go through it. And if I didn't have the other things in the oven, I would have already had these chopped up. But I knew we had some time, so I figured you might as well chop while I'm chopping. As the Cheryl probably gonna say, I don't think my husband is gonna eat ham. I don't know whether her husband eats ham, so she might not be able to. A lot of people don't eat ham. My sous chef told me she didn't eat ham. No, she doesn't eat pork. And then I cooked something the other day. Oh, some tiny baby ribs, which were pork. They were not beef ribs. And she said, whew, this is good. I cooked something else that was pork, and I said, you do know that's pork. She said, I know. And then I had some bacon, and I very seldom use the bacon. And she was making the bacon and the basil, the bagels and stuff. I said, you do know that's pork. She said, I know, but it's good. I said, girl. So I guess people eat what they eat when they feel like eating. Just certain ways pork is cooked. So she said ham is cooked different than the smoked that bacon, so she can eat the bacon. I said, okay, doc. I know you're probably laughing at her. And she said, oh, Mama, why you told on me? Because that's the kind of stuff she be in this house telling me she doesn't eat. And I know I'm going to send this salad to somebody's house today. I don't know who's going to be. because my mother probably won't eat this ham either. My sister won't eat it. So my sous chef won't eat it. So I'm gonna have to send it to Pastor Kim's house. I don't let the people in the senior home eat ham either. And so many of you won't be going out. And that's one of the things I want to tell you. The numbers for the coronavirus are still going up. So I know you all are used to having these large gatherings for the 4th of July, but I'm going to tell you now, a whole family, an entire family can have the virus. And then you invite your friends into that as well and your church members. And now you bring in a whole nother set of germs in there. So whoever they've been around, whoever your friends have been around, and now you wonder why you have a fever. Because you just add a whole new group of people into that. And it's not that our numbers are going down. We're just getting lax. It's like it's happened, been so long till we're tired. And so we just taking chances. So if you got family members that's in the nursing home or in the hospital, or that's on chemo or some kind of cancer therapy, and you know that their resistance is low, you may want to take chances with your life, but you're coming back home to them. So don't take chances with their life, please. I'm asking you now. So you'll have another 4th of July that you can celebrate. And then don't be upset when people tell you, no, you can't come over. You have to think about the health of the older people. And now they're finding out that young people who were saying, well, we don't get it. It's just the old people. Well, guess what? The young people are now getting the coronavirus. So please, please take care of yourself. Take care of your aunts, your uncles, your mom. Kids, let's love and take care of one another, okay? We got any time to be upset and angry. Sometimes we just look for stuff to be angry about, but I refuse. I'm going to let the joy of the Lord be my strength. So anybody who wants to be angry and complaining about stuff, you're welcome. Enjoy yourself. Don't bring it to my camp. I'm not going to be angry. I'm going to enjoy Jesus. That all right? Okay. All right, so that's the ham salad. Now I only boiled 3 eggs. I'm going to put the eggs in there, the boiled eggs, and chop those up in there. Let me look at my stuff so I won't burn it. I don't have the sushi. I have to check it out. Oh yeah, it's cooking real good now. By the time I finish this, I think the cobbler will be about ready. I was telling Samantha, I said the cobbler is going to take the longest. I'll cook that first, but I don't think it's going to take me that long to do all of this. So that's why I didn't prep this, because I usually prep it for you. Because I knew we had all this time to wait on that cobbler. And this is going to be your 4th of July for the people that live in your house, your close family members. You don't need us as much as you did when you were inviting the whole neighborhood. All right, just chop your eggs up. I'm going to put celery, onions, relish, mayo, a little bit of mustard. And I'm not going to put the dill in it. Again, I said some people don't like that. Don't add salt to it. Now you can add pepper. Remember that ham is usually salted on its own. So we're going to add some relish to this. Get a spoon for that. Our relish too. Now we're going to add some mayo. That may be enough, so let's not add too much. Then we're going to add some mustard. And I cook a lot, so that's why I have such large containers of condiments. So you're wondering, well, why does she have so much mustard? Why she got so? I use a lot, so I got the largest stuff. Remember, not cook every Friday. They're not eating stuff I cook, but I make it. And everybody comes over and get a plate. You just want to mix this up. Again, how are you going to serve this? It's a salad. You can serve it with crackers. Put it on the endive leaves. Put it in a dish and let people just scoop it up. Just make it easy for them. Have to put a little bit of cayenne in there. Somebody said, please put the cayenne in it, Pastor. Just a little bit of cayenne. And most people like their ham and everything in it chopped up real small. But I just don't need to do that. I think it's got enough mayo in it. It's got enough of everything in it. Can I put just a little bit of pepper in it just to make me happy? This is cayenne pepper. That's your ham salad, okay? So if you like it, then the next time try it with the dill and see if you like it even better. I did not put the dill in it. Again, I'm saying I'm not going to probably be the one to eat this. I'm going to give it away. So I don't want it, some seasoning that people probably won't like. I'm going to put this in a glass bowl so that you will be able to see what it looks like. We got celery, 2 ribs, have a 1/4 of an onion, that's a large onion, chopped up ham, we got relish, probably about a tablespoon or a teaspoon of mustard, depending on whether or not you like mustard. I didn't put the garlic in there after I thought about it because some people don't like garlic. This is your ham salad. Didn't put no sharp cheddar cheese. You notice I usually put cheddar cheese in everything. I didn't do that today. All right, that's pretty. Then you can put garnish on top just to make it even pretty, look more pretty. So that's your salad. Let's check the oven out. I'll put something up here in case I have to set it out for you. Move all of this out of the way. That looks good. All right. This is your cobbler. They're pretty. Look at it. Nice and brown. Smells good too. Oh, you smell this orange. And remember, we pre-cooked the sausage because I didn't want to burn our bread, but I want this to go just a little bit more, just so to give sort of a crunch to it. And that's our salad. And then you get some Ritz crackers, put it on a plate, a little bit of cobbler, your resting dog, and you will have a beautiful, beautiful 4th of July. I hope you enjoy yourself. I want you to stay safe. And I know a lot of times people want to make their own toppings for their cobblers. You can do that as well. I just took the easy road out because, you know, nobody feel like going through all of that this time of the season. If I had a whole bunch of people coming over, I probably would. But my mom said, let's just stay safe. She's going to stay in her house because I invited them over. So she said, let's just stay safe. You stay in your house. And she said, I don't want to bring nothing to you because y'all know I had surgery. She said, I don't want to catch nothing from you. So I'm going to stay in my house and I want you to stay in your house. I said, okay, that's what we'll do then. And I just want to show you this. I'm probably going to let it brown just a little bit more because I like crunchy stuff. This is your resting dog. See how I wrapped them? They puffed out. And then they're going to have a nice crunch on the top. So that's your resting dog. Remember, I only made 4. This is your cobbler with the biscuits on top. And this is your ham salad. Wow, we've had such a wonderful day cooking together. I do miss my sous chef, but I pray that you try some of these recipes. I know most people do not like cherries. I love them. I love cherries. You can try peaches or something else with this. Just kind of thicken it so that they won't fall apart when you get ready to spoon it up, because you're going to spoon it up and then enjoy yourself on the 4th of July. I have had such a good time being with you on today, cooking with the apostle. I think I gave you everything. Do I need to go over this recipe again? All right, let's try the happy ham salad. 2 ribs of celery. I use 3 boiled eggs. Some relish to your taste. I think I put about probably 2 or 3 tablespoons in there, and 1 large serving spoon of mayo. You can put dill. I didn't. That's optional. And you can serve on endive leaves or crackers. And we have Ritz crackers today. All right. Then you've got your resting dog, which is this. I pre-cook the sausage. Don't boil them until they burst open, because it's not going to take long to cook the outer coating, the wrapping. And I don't want a sausage on the inside that's not fully cooked, because that is raw meat. Okay. So I pre-cooked 4 sausage legs, and you can use hot dogs as well. Try not to break the skin. So I had it cooking on low. Roll out the croissant roll dough and cut in strips. Wrap it around the sausage dog while it's cold. And I had the water boiling. Put those in there. I threw some baking powder in there. Baking soda, I'm sorry. About a tablespoon of baking soda in there, and it puffed out the dough. That's why it looks like that. It's nice and soft, but I want mine crunchy, so I'm going to put it back in the oven. Place in the oven and allow it to cook. All right. So when you put it in the water, only do it for about 5 minutes, and then put it in the oven for about 10, maybe 15 minutes to make this crunchy. And if you like it even crunchier, you can let it stay in there as long as you want. Then the cherry orange cobbler, I took the unsalted butter, 1 cup, and I browned it, which is the brown butter that I showed you earlier. And you can use this later. If you look at it, it's already getting solid. So I can just put a top on this container and put it in the refrigerator and use it for something else. And you set that aside. Only thing I did was top this with it. You can put sugar and then top it. I didn't want sugar on mine. I used 3/4 cup of orange juice, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 2 pounds of dark cherries pitted. So you can use the fresh cherries or you can use the frozen. Mine was frozen. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and a teaspoon of orange zest. And the smell of that orange coming out is just beautiful. So I browned the butter first so I could set that aside to cool. And then I took all of the ingredients and mixed it together and topped it with the large biscuits. You can bake it in the oven for 50 to 60 minutes or until your biscuits get brown, because you want them to be cooked on the inside. Remember, you don't have to worry about the cherry not being cooked. So I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope you like the meal. If you do, give me a little shout out and say, man, this was good. I pray God bless you, keep you, enjoy your family on the 4th, and stay safe. See you on next Friday for Cooking with the Apostle. All right, I'm going to step out of the frame, and I wish you a good day as we shut this down. God bless you and keep you is my prayer.